Absolutely. Joy, let me get into the Eagles here. I've been saying this about Jalen Hurts. I think elite means that you have to be doing it for an extended period of time. Over the last 3 years, this is what the Eagle fans in Philadelphia, and this is where we're based, have thought about him. One, they hated the pick. The next year, they weren't sure. Last year, he was great. All three emotions in all three of the last years. How do you look at Jalen Hurts?
So I would tend to agree that to be in the elite space, you do need to have a pretty solid body of work. I would say at least 2 years of that level of play. I kind of went through the same emotions. I was never sold on Carson Wentz. He was too erratic for me. He wasn't consistent enough. His talent level, obviously, had a very high ceiling, but he had a very low floor to me. So I didn't hate the pick, particularly where he was selected. He obviously had a lot of talent and leadership ability. I wasn't sure about him after the second year, like everyone else in Philadelphia, and now I absolutely love him. So I think he's the future. I think for me, I saw enough last year of him on the field, but also the intangibles for that position that we know he has. To me, sometimes you get guys in that position who have this burst of success and they make it really deep in the playoffs, or they, have this big statistical season, but they don't really have that essence of getting better every year. And Jalen does. Jalen has gotten better every year. And that to me is a sign that he can continue to grow. I know people say, they still want to see him do it without that, the talent around him. I don't really like the talent around him conversation to go too far. Some guys have a lot of talent and it's obvious that they're able to use that talent. They're not maybe the best player on the offense. I don't feel that way with Jalen. So I would feel very comfortable if I'm a Philadelphia fan with paying him and having him be in that position for the future, because he's gotten better every year and he cares about getting better and he cares about winning. And he's a leader in that sense, as well as being a leader on the field. And I think that's what's encouraging about him. So I think he'll continue to get better. And I feel comfortable calling him an elite quarterback. And I think he's the best quarterback in the NFC.
How about this too, Joy? Every single guy that was on that offense a year ago had a career year. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Goddard was on his way at tight end to having a career year until he ended up getting hurt. Even Miles Sanders had 1,300 yards. I mean, here's a quarterback that didn't throw for 4,000 yards. You would not say that, in the realm of it, when you're looking at the other big guys around the room. They did win 14 ball games. They got to the Super Bowl. They won the NFC, and everyone around him got better. And to me, that's the true essence of what a guy is all about, making the guys around you better. I mean, A.J. Brown was good, Joy, in Tennessee, but 68 catches. Last year he had 90 catches, 1,500 yards. I mean, that's got to be because of Hurts.
And we got to see what they looked like in that offense without him when he was hurt. Everyone was ranting and raving about, the offense put up all these numbers. And like, what did you watch? Because I watched a completely different game. We got to see how valuable he was to that offense when he was injured. So that is also encouraging to me, because although it was unfortunate and it probably ended up costing him the MVP, your replacements, if you stay at the same level and you're winning games at the same counts, that should tell you how good and how valuable you are to that offense. And we got to see that.
The Eagles lose both coordinators, Joy, offense and defensive coordinator. Now they got two new ones in there. Do you still believe that they're the team to beat in the NFC, not just the East?
Yeah, I'm kind of an organization nerd in that too. I think we tend to overlook those kind of changes within organizations and how much that can disrupt things. I tend to think that they have enough talent, and obviously they still have the same head coach there, that they can overcome those kind of changes. And of course, if you're really an elite team, you will be able to, because this is what happens when you start winning, is you start losing coaches. That's the name of the business. Start winning, then they poach your coaches. That's how it goes. So it is an actual sign that you're doing well when you start losing guys off your coaching staff and they're getting promotions. I think they are still the team to beat in the NFC, because I think Jalen is the best quarterback in the NFC. I think you saw a lot of really good things from the Eagles over the course of the season. And when you look around the NFC, the teams that I would feel good about, I have major question marks at the most important position, which is quarterback. San Francisco has a loaded roster. They always do. Shanahan is a great coach. He always finds ways to make it work. But we still don't know who's playing quarterback for them. Is it Trey Lance? We don't know. Is Brock Purdy going to be back? We don't know. Is Sam Darnold going to play? Well, he kind of has been doing okay lately, but like, could he just go back to being what Sam Darnold has been throughout his career? Absolutely. So we have no idea what's going on in San Francisco. Dallas, I mean, we know Dallas has a ton of talent. They have one of the best defenses in the league. They have an all-pro wide receiver. They have greatness all around, but is Dak going to blow it in the biggest moment? We don't know. So the Eagles to me are the only team that I don't have real question marks outside of how they're going to adjust to the new coordinators.